Hello everybody and welcome to another video. This is part 2 of my FrankenSTEin, I got that right this time, case conversion with the vinyl wrap. Now last time I did as you can see the front bit all nice and vinyl wrapped. And to be honest, it's actually kept its shape. There's a few bubbles, but I'll get rid of those when I've done the base. So this video is part 2, I think it is, where we're going to tackle the base of the case. Now in the base of the case were the holes where the Atari sockets were. So we've got the reset switch, the power switch, the power cable, the on-off switch, which I've covered with epoxy. That I think was the monitor socket. Then we've got, what was that? The UHF socket, the floppy, external floppy drive socket, DMA port, printer port, and serial ports. So all those, can you see? Yes, all those have been covered in epoxy resin, and they need to be sanded down. And also I've marked out, as you can see here, so if I can point them out with a pen, so we have got where the network adapter is going to go, where the, now what's that, that's the HDMI I think, USB, well that could be HDMI and those two could be USB, that's definitely the network adapter. So I've drilled lots of holes in, the 2 holes either side, oh I know what that is, that's for the 2 phono outs, that one. So that's network port, USB port, HDMI port, and those are for the audio out that I'm going to connect a 3.5mm jack to 2 RCA phono jacks, and that will give me stereo output sound just like the Atari ST. So I've drilled the holes in each corner so I can cut out a square, and then I have drilled holes where the screws for the mounting brackets will go, except on the HDMI one I drilled it too far forward and I've had to fill it, so that's a bit of a poop. But what I have got, if it will fit, is a fret saw or a hacksaw, and I'm using a thin metal blade. Now what I'm hoping it's going to do is, if I undo this blade, there we go, like that, it should fit just through those holes. And what this means is that I should, if I can get me straight up, I need to eat my spinach. Ooh, no, that's not going to work. That is a so-and-so. Let's try it this way instead, shall we? Oh, no. In there. Oh, there we go. There we go. So if I... Oh. No, it's going to break. Why is that going to break? Oh. It's come at an angle. That's not good, is it? It's broke it already. We can't be having that. Oh no. There we go. It's because I hadn't pushed down on it enough. Oh, that's not gone very well, has it? Right, let's start again, shall we? Okay, we're back. Now, I've got the fret saw, the hacksaw, through the big hole, which I now need very carefully to cut like that. What's up, Toffee? That's the pussycat. Just the pussycat. What's to do, pussycat? Oh, Toffee! Oh, I think she's hungry, but I've already fed her. Okay, so as a bit of a test, I thought first, before doing the rest of the holes, just to check and make sure that the HDMI cable fits properly. So if I take the screws out of here, gold plated of course, very nice, and then push that, it's going to be sort of like that. So I've done a test fit. That seems to fit okay. That's not a bad fit. So the HDMI cable comes out there. Hopefully USB audio and the Ethernet will fit the same way. And then what have I got to show you is underneath I have a space possibly for another USB cable to maybe put the mouse under there, but I'm not sure yet. I don't know whether I'll put the second one out on the side. I'm a bit unsure yet, but we'll see. But so far, that hole is really looking good. So once I've done them all, I'll sand them all down, file them down, use a knife, whatever, make them tidy, and then we can cover it in vinyl. Back soon. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and it took me a while, and a lot of mess. One broken hacksaw handle, which I've had to glue. The thread came out as well as the cap, and one extremely bent hacksaw blade. It was just a nightmare, very difficult to do. But anyway, I've now got HDMI, one USB, audio left and right, and an Ethernet port. Now, not your standard Atari ST, but standard for the Raspberry Pi. These ports are really quite smooth. These are a bit bubbly, but I'm not rightly bothered because they are at the back and we are not going to bother with those. They're just going to be flat carbon. And in here, I have, where are we? There. In here, I have my power, my 3-pin power to my new power adapter, and a momentary switch which will be connected to the GPIO pins, which will mean I can do a power on and a power off from there. Right, well they fit quite well. With the black screws, just black plastic screws that I bought off eBay in a pack. As you can see probably here, they're just a pack of screws. Can I make it a bit brighter? Let's have a see. Yeah, maybe. There we go. So just a pack of screws, M2 classification. So they came in really, really handy. And what I did use as well, I used my X-Acto knife. Good X-Acto knife to basically trim round. Now as you can see, some of these are a bit big, the holes. So what I might do, I might just get a tiny little bit of resin and just resin those in. But possibly after the event, maybe before, I don't know. Even a bit of cardboard in there I suppose would do. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some tape and then just fill in. I don't know. Doesn't look that bad really with the holes, I suppose. So let me check and make sure that it fits a USB stick. Oh, hello C3PO. Yes, perfect, look at that. So that will be for, I guess, oh, I don't know, extra memory, extra storage, whatever, don't really know. This, I do know though, if I'm going to use this port that I'm putting down here for the keyboard, not for the keyboard, sorry, for the mouse, if I put the mouse in there, I can't cover these two holes up because they're for the keyboard and mouse original 9-pin sockets on the motherboard, on the motherboard of the keyboard. I want to keep it as stock as possible, but it's not going to look stock because it's going to be in carbon. And then there is the other question of what do I do with that. I think I might put a piece of cardboard over it either side. I might see if I've got some cardboard now and see what I can do. Back in a bit. Right, that was better than I thought actually. Yeah, everything drops off the table. Okay, so 2 pieces of cardboard. One there. One on the base. One there like that. Glue those in. And then another piece of cardboard on that side and under the edge. So then it will look completely solid. So we'll try that now. We'll try a bit of epoxy glue. Oh, is it Pussycat again? What are you doing, Baba? I'm very vocal. Is Mummy not downstairs feeding you? That's terrible. I shall have to have words. Right, so I'll use the rest of my resin, which is quite a glupious amount. It might be too much, but you know. No point in keeping it. It's so cheap off eBay, but it stinks to high heaven.
One eternity later.
Ah, and welcome back. It's been, I don't know, probably 2 weeks since I looked at this. This being the Atari emulator, the FrankenSTEin. Yeah, so what I've done is I've put all the holes that I need in the back. I've cardboarded up the cartridge port, so that's nice and solid now, so I can vinyl over that. And I've also, whether you can see that in there, can you see that maybe? Yeah, there. So where the joysticks and the keyboard normally go, in here, I've had to leave those because they're still 9-pin sockets underneath the keyboard. But I've put a hole there to put the spare USB port so I can put a mouse through and under so it actually looks like an Atari ST. Now the only problem I've got is that every socket, every hole is correct apart from that one. And that is too close, if you can see that, to here, which is where the keyboard strut goes to secure the keyboard. So I'm going to have to fill that in with some epoxy, which I will do now. Back in a bit.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've got my resin and my hardener mixed. Looking good. I'll just dob it into there. I'm literally just holding this up on its own. It's freestanding. And I'm hoping that's good enough to not cause any problems. We should know in about 5 minutes. May actually be too much on there. Let's take a bit off, shall we? Can you see what's going on? No, you can't really, can you? There we go, let's try that. So in here, I've got my mix of resin, a very thin layer, because as you can see there, it does bubble up quite a lot. And I'm hoping that that's enough. Now I've got the window open because this thing stinks to high heaven, as I've mentioned in a previous video. So, right, let's leave that there for 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. As you can see now, if we get out of the way, can you see it's turning white? And it's quite solid already. Ooh, gosh, that's hot. Wow. Be careful with that. Gets very hot, burnt the end of my finger. But that's looking good. Looking good. Okay, so now I think it's time to do some vinyling. This is set really well. On the inside we don't care about it being bubbled, but on the outside it looks really nice and smooth. Now I'm not bothered about all this rubbish because it will be, all this here, because it will be covered by this vinyl sheet. But what I do need to do is measure the vinyl sheet, because I know we've got enough. It's just exactly how much do we need. So we're going to need that to come up there like that, that on the side, and a bit on the front there. So I'm thinking possibly we cut it there, and that should be minimal wastage. There, like that. Look at that! Look at that! Right, so I've got my little spludgery thing. My little upscreen spludger. So now we will try and get this vinyled. Now I don't know how I'm going to do this, to be honest, because last time I laid it on the floor. So I think what I might have to do is do it upside down. Ooh, this film. Just because that has to hang over a bit like that. Yeah, maybe we do it like that then. Maybe. Now bearing in mind, this is the first time properly that I've done this. I did it obviously on the top, but I'm no vinyl car wrapping expert, am I? So, you know, whatever I learn here is learn and show so that you guys don't make the same mistakes. Now I'm going to get fingerprints all over this, which is not really what you want, but if I can get the fingerprints on an edge that really doesn't matter because it's never going to be used, we might be alright. Okay, so there we go. First bit of the vinyl is open and unwrapped. There are bits of dust on it, so you should really do this in a dust-free area, whereas I am not. So Now I've still got, you can see, the feet. I couldn't take them off because they were perished on, so I'm a bit noisy dogs outside. I'm going to shut that window now that the smell of the resin's gone. Oh, there we go. That's better. One of the disadvantages of having a very high ceiling and a Velux window. Now, if I pull that a bit more like that, Which I think will work splendidly. Now we need these like there. I'll do that. And put it inside before we get this. Inside. And draw off. I'll get this. Outside. And do leave it out there. That's pretty sweet. And the final piece, I think. All these I'm not perfect. It's not good to it's just for me on. That's it. I mean, calendar. I'm not really okay. So you see, just now, do these. These are that. Okay. On the bottom. Just there, and these. Switching on pause, just make sure that the digits there, and okay, wait on this. And also some more. The other side never less. But one of these is I don't know, you see, just of emulation, main source emulation. Although, that may not be an issue because I do want to put in here a sticker. So if I gently do that and that, sticker in there, I think. There we go. Print my sticker on that, and then we can see how we get on. Okay, look at that. I've got a big chunk there. That will do. Right. So I never professed it would be the best. But for me, this is everything I wanted it to be. Oh, for God's sake. Right, so there's the MIDI ports out. just in case we need to use them. And that needs to poke in there, but I don't think it will, so I might just leave that as it is. Okay, with that there, and that on there, that does look quite tasty. Okay, so at this stage I realised that I'd waffled on so much doing this vinyl wrap that you've all probably gone for your tea, or you've gone to sleep, or I've just completely and utterly bored you to death, in which case I am sorry. So we'll end this video here now. The top case and the bottom case has been vinyl wrapped, all the ports are accessible. Then in the next video I will, as a continuation to this, put all the cable extenders into the sockets on the back of the new case, connect them up to the Raspberry Pi, test it on a VGA monitor, a widescreen Dell VGA monitor, using a HDMI to VGA converter, which I will show you, and we will then tackle this minging keyboard, because this keyboard is disgusting, as you will see in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being patient on this long video. It was longer than I intended, but you needed to see it all. Click the like button if you like the video. Click the dislike button if you don't like it. I can't please everybody all the time. Please subscribe to this channel, and don't forget, smash the bell icon so you know when I get another video online. You will also get a notification. Yet again, thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.